Although this video is discussing CJT code files, you will also learn about how you can add assets, for example, graphic files, sound files, etc., into your script, and also how you can embed shortcodes into your page or post. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is create your page that you're going to have the script running on. Now I've already created a page called plain. It's a plain themed script. And the next thing to do is to go to your CJT dashboard, which is the main CJT page with all your code blocks. Now I've already got a text editor open with all of the scripts that I need to create code blocks for, and I've also already added the assets. So I've got my plain image and my plain landing sound and my Australia map. It's just a matter of hooking these into the script and creating the code blocks and making the adding the shortcode. So let's get started on that. Firstly, new code block. I'm going to create my HTML block, which is this code here. And I'm going to call it plain-html. Paste that in. Now I know that this requires the assets, so the URLs for the assets. So I'm going to grab that now. Now I did upload all of these assets in the one go, so it should all be in the same location in the media library. So let's find out where. I'm going to, there we go. So I want to get rid of that. Put 2 dots because it's in the root. Copy this and then add that for the remaining assets URLs. Done. Save. I'm going to go into my panel and I need to hook this up. No, I don't, because this is going to be the shortcode, so we do not need to assign this one in the assignment panel. So I'll just show you quickly while I'm here already. You've got your, all your assignment types. So page, and I'm looking for the plain page, which is here. Now if I was to assign that either to the header or the footer, I would check the plain checkbox. But I'm going to insert this as a shortcode, so I do not need to use the assignment panel at all. I'm going to create a new code block, and this time I want to go back to my text file and I want to grab my JavaScript. And I'm going to call this plain-js, JS for JavaScript. Copy that in. Now I can save that. I can also use the save all button, which saves everything. Saves all the code blocks. So if you've done changes in various code blocks, instead of saving each individual code block, you can just click the save all button. I'll click panel. Now this is where I'm going to discuss what code files are. Code files, every code block, you can have multiple code files. So if I was to create a new code file to this code block, it'll give me a blank canvas to work with, so I can enter new code, I can name it, do anything, but every code block has a master code file attached, and you can edit this master, and depending on the language that you've used in the code block, so in this case I've used JavaScript, I want to choose JavaScript. And it's going to automatically wrap my code block with the HTML JavaScript tags, the opening and the closing. So what that means is the code in here will be within this variable here, this %s, and everything will be wrapped. So this will appear when you look at your source code of your web page. It'll be like that, and then the slash script will be at the bottom. So we don't need to enter that. It's automatically done for you. So I'm going to click save. And now I'm going to create a new code block, and this time I want to enter my CSS. Plain-CSS. And again, I want to create a code file. Well, it's not creating a code file, it's editing the master code file. So I'm not creating a new one, I'm just editing the master CSS. And this time it's going to wrap this code with the HTML tag style. So I'm pretty sure that makes sense now. I want to save that. Lastly, I want, this script utilizes a jQuery, and also plain-js. I'm going to call it JS lib for library. And this uses jQuery UI and a jQuery library called Image Mapster. And it's a minified, it's hosted on a CDN, Content Delivery Network. So it's just easy to use CDNs where you can. Otherwise, you can host them yourself on your server. Or this, in another lesson, I will discuss about templates. And templates is a way to host scripts, and they could be 7,000 lines long. It's fine. And for example, you can add scripts yourself using the template section, but we're not doing that for this lesson. We're just going to be using CDNs. So it's going to pull it from an external site. So let's save that. Okay, so we've got plain.js library, plain-CSS, plain-JS, and our plain-HTML. So we've got 4 code blocks ready to go, all turned on. Now we just need to go to our page and use the CJT shortcode embedder. Now this will output every code block that you have in here. So you can embed any code block as a shortcode. Now I want to add as a shortcode the HTML, not the test block. That's another one. HTML plain, that's the one. Plain-HTML. Update. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. Okay, I know what I've done wrong. I have not assigned my plain CSS or my plain JavaScript. So let's do that right now. So we want to assign that to our plain page. So that will now appear in the header of the page. I want to do the same with the CSS assignments. Save. And last but not least, the library scripts. And that's in assignments as well. Plain. Save. Go back to the page. Refresh. And it's working. Fantastic. I love this script. I've programmed it so when you release the mouse, it will do an animation and then it'll open in Wiki. New page, a new tab or a window, and it'll tell you about Western Australia. So I hope you enjoyed that little script. I'll add the assets and the scripts to the post, and following this video you'll be able to embed this into your own website. Take care.